Okay, so once you have created your movie, you've got it all exactly edited how you want it. You have your cross dissolves and any effects you're adding, any titles that you're adding, all completed. You've got additional audio, and you've reviewed this, you've cut it, you've trimmed it, you made sure that it's exactly the length that you want it, and specifically for this project we're looking for 60 seconds or 90 seconds. Then you're ready to export your video. So if you remember from our earlier lectures, we were planning to export our video at 1280 by 720, which is a 720 resolution, at H.264 and as an MP4. So to export your video, you go to File, Export, Media. And the default export settings are probably going to be set to QuickTime with a preset that looks similar to this. What you need to do, and start from the top down, change the format to H.264, the preset to HD 720p 29.97, which is the frames per second. Remember, we're working at 30 frames a second, which is actually 29.97 frames per second. Select that. We're going to export video, export audio, and then we're going to name our sequence, and we're going to export it into the folder that we want. So let's call this Wilson underscore P1 underscore art 219, and we'll call this dash V1 for the first version. This is in case we need to export it again. We can keep the original version and see and review our changes. So click Save. You can see down here under our basic video settings, we've got our width at 1280 by 720 and our frame rate at 29.97. Also in your summary, you'll want to review 1280 by 720, 29.97 from your original sequence. So this is how you set your movie up. So if you're not working from a sequence that's already set up to 1280 by 720, it will be reflected here. These are things you need to pay attention to. You're going to want to export your video and export your audio. So I'm going to click Export. It's going to encode for a few seconds. Depending on the length of your video, this can take longer, depending on how many titles or how many transitions you've used. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to go take a look at Project 1. And so before I open this, I'm going to highlight it and click Command I for the options, or for the information. And you can see that it is 1280 by 720. I'll be checking this when I'm grading each one of your files to make sure that it's correct dimension, using the correct H.264 codec. And it says that my video is 34 seconds long. Your trailers will be either 60 seconds or 90 seconds per the project requirements. All right, so I'm going to open this up, and it'll open with QuickTime. I'm going to play it to make sure that it has both the video and the audio. And this is lacking my first channel of audio, so let's go back and troubleshoot that. I'm going to close this, open this back up, and the reason that my first channel of audio did not export is because I muted it, so while I was scrubbing through it, it wasn't showing up. So this will not export unless this is toggled on. So again, walking through the export process: File, Export, Media, Format H.264, Preset HD 720p 29.97. I'm going to change your output name. Again, I'm going to name this version 2 now, Wilson underscore P1 underscore art 219. Click Save. Again, export video, export audio, reviewing size 1280 by 720, and frame rate 29.97 frames per second, and click export. Okay, our video is exported. I'm going to go take a look at version 2. Again, looking at the information, we've got 1280 by 720, H.264, the duration. I'm going to close that, open it up to test to make sure my audio and video are working. All right, everything looks like it's working, so now I would go and upload this either into my submission folder, or if we're having a critique day, upload it into the box account for our critique folder, which you can access through our class website. In the sidebar here, critique box, upload. One thing I also want to point out is your video size. This is 30 seconds of video, so it's about 23.6 megabytes. Your 60-second video will be about 50. Your 90-second video will be no more than 100 megabytes. If you're having videos that are more than 100 megabytes, or let's say more than 250 megabytes, you're probably doing this wrong, and you'll want to re-review this video for the correct output settings. All right, thanks.